Hi everyone, my name is Aurora and welcome to this video. Today we're talking about outfits that were shown at the Oscar ceremony last night. It was a heck of a night, great for Dune, not so great for Chris Rock, but today we're gonna see who was the best dressed, who was the worst dressed. In this little game I like to call Dress or Pass, and we're gonna see if it's something that I myself would wear, and if not, why. All of this is in good fun, of course. I'm not purposely making fun of anyone. I don't have any beef with any of these people. I don't know most of these people actually, and fashion is something personal, and de gustibus non indispudatum and all of that jazz. So please keep in mind that we should all be civil when it comes to discussing taste. Also, when we're talking about style, I just want to quickly mention this top that I'm wearing right now. It is a vintage piece that I got secondhand at a swap party a few days ago. In a few days, I'm gonna publish a video that's all about that swap party experience. So if you don't want to miss that out, please hit that subscribe button and I will see you there. And also, if you're into content like this, reacting to other people's outfits, I made few of those before for Emily in Paris and for Met Gala, so if you're interested in that, I will link it in the card info. Without further ado, here is my laptop. I hope you have your coffee or tea, and let's deep dive into the outfits. I'm gonna be pulling the outfits from Teen Vogue site, and also I'm gonna be putting them here so that you can follow along. And if you have your own personal opinions about these outfits, please let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so let's start with Billie Eilish outfit. I like it. I would say that it would be a pass on anyone else, but on Billie it's perfect. So it's a dress, but also I think that this dress has pockets. If that's the case, then definitely say yes to this dress. Then we have Rachel Zegler. She's wearing Christian Dior. I love her dress. It is very expected. Sheer dresses on red carpets is mostly a thing year after year. The reason for it is that it's actually a classic. It's both elegant and sexy and classic. And she's wearing it well. It's not revealing too much, but just enough to make it more appealing, I guess. So this would definitely be a dress, even though I myself wouldn't dare to wear it to the public. Then we have Elliot Page. I love his look. I think he looks super handsome and happy, and I love the new haircut. I myself had the same haircut when I was in 7th grade or something like that. Not by my choice, but the hairdresser wasn't skilled enough. But he's definitely rocking it much better than I did. His outfit is definitely a dress, even though it's not a dress but a tuxedo, but you know what I mean. Then we have Megan Thee Stallion. I saw this dress on Instagram literally a few days ago, and I thought to myself, well, this is a fashion dress. It's not an everyday dress. It's something that fashion illustrators draw to make, a very statement illustration. And it works. I love the frills. It kind of seems like wings or something like that, but for your legs, if that makes any sense. And I would say that this dress is a yes for her, but I myself wouldn't wear it. Then we have Zoe Kravitz. She is wearing this baby pink dress that has some peplum in it, if I'm not mistaken. This dress is so damn cute, but I think that it's more appropriate for, proms, homecoming dances, getting your church communion or something like that. I wouldn't wear it to the red carpet, but the dress itself is definitely a yes. So there's that. Next we have Zendaya. She's not surprisingly looking very elegant and stylish. I love the skirt. It's so simple, it's so effective. I think that sequins are the ones who give it a bit of an elevated look. And the shirt, only Zendaya could pull this off. I myself would love something like that shirt, but a bit longer. Wouldn't dare to gamble with an accidental nip slip. But, the outfit itself works. It's not a dress, but we'll say that it's a dress. Appropriate for Oscars. Then we have Timothée Chalamet. I learned who Timothée Chalamet is in the last video, so there is that. I'm growing. I love his tuxedo. I'm obsessed with the fact that he's not wearing a shirt. I don't find Timothy attractive or anything like that. He seems like too much of a child for me, but I'm in love with the outfit itself. I love when women wear tuxedos without shirts because it looks so damn powerful, but still so classic and up to the dress code, even though it really isn't. And I would say yes to this type of dress up for anyone, especially Timothy, who's having that smug little smile on his face. He knows exactly how much of a gender role he's actually bending with his outfits. And I'm all about that. Then we have Hailey Bailey and Chloe Bailey. I mean, they both look quite beautiful and sexy and all that, but for me that dress, even though it's perfect, I would wear it even in both the color fits and all the little details and the handcraft of it all. It's very transparent, but the slit is too up high. I just wouldn't dare because I don't know, is she wearing double side duct tape or something like that on her private parts to keep them private or something like that, but I just wouldn't wear it, but I would definitely wear something like this to the beach when you're wearing your bikini below it, and in that social context, it's okay to accidentally show something, but not too much. However, I have to say, hard pass on the shoes. I have no idea what's happening with the shoes. They look like some Brad's shoes or something like that, and I just wouldn't. I see how they thought that those shoes would go well with her dress, but I just find them ugly. So damn ugly. Then we have Stephanie Beatrice. She is wearing this quite classic black dress that, you know, she can't go wrong with that. She was playing a bit safe. And still, she's giving me that Greek goddess vibe. So this is definitely a dress and not a vest. Then we have Penelope Cruz. I'm not a big fan of Penelope. The only movie where I saw Penelope, is that even Penelope, was in Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'm not even sure if that's her. It's been a while since I watched that. I'm not sure about her outfit. It looks like a prom dress that a goth queen would wear to her prom. I mean, it's interesting. It suits her quite well, but not too well. I'm confused with the top section of it, and the fabric seems a bit too heavy and too thick. But you know, for her, I think that it works. I myself would say pass. For her, it's probably a dress. Then we have Uma Thurman. She is literally wearing something that I myself would wear to office. It's so classic, so simple, so comfortable, yet so damn elegant. But it's not appropriate for the red carpet. So I'm gonna say it's a dress for me personally to wear to the office, but it's a hard pass for red carpet. Then we have Queen Latifah, who is looking like an absolute queen in this yellow dress, golden yellow dress, with a cape. We'll make an exception here and say that capes are sometimes okay if they give you that so dramatic look that, you know, people like Queen Latifah actually deserve. So I'm all about that, and I will say dress to the outfit for red carpet, but I myself would say a hard pass because both it's yellow. If you want to hear more about me bitching about yellow, go watch Emily in Paris videos. And also it has the cape and all that, which is so not in my personal style. But as I said, for her it's amazing and it's definitely a great choice. Then we have Danielle Kaluuya. It's a hard pass. I see what they were going for with this, but both the fit, the color, the overall style, and the vibe of his suit is such a hard pass. It doesn't suit him, which is ironic because it's a suit. And I would hope that they made it a bit more structure at the bottom of the top because it gives him a kind of an hourglass figure, and I'm not sure if that was intentional. If it was, then okay, designers did a good job, but if it's not the case, then just poor fit, and that's not acceptable for such a big red carpet as Oscars, so for me that's a hard pass. Then we have Molly Sims. She's wearing this gorgeous red dress. super appropriate for red carpet, also appropriate for proms, for weddings, and all that. I'm not too pleased with everything that is going on the top. It kind of looks like labia or something like that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not against it, but I just can't unsee it once that you see it. However, she's looking stunning, and for that reason, I'll say that this dress is definitely a dress. Jennifer Garner is also wearing a red dress, also appropriate both for the proms and the weddings. It's not too big of a deal. It's appropriate for red carpet, but she's literally in the same vibe as the carpet itself, so she's not standing out too much. But I still like it, so I will say that this is the dress. Then we have Centria Ariba. I'm in love with her outfit. It's so different from anything I've seen last night, and it's something that I myself would definitely wear in my personal and professional life. It's both appropriate for office, for going out with your friends or something like that, going out on a date. It may not be too appropriate for a red carpet because it's so simple. However, I think that that the zip and the sleeves, it's all crafted well with attention to details, and that shows. And she looks so confident in it. And I myself would love to have that outfit in my closet literally today. So definitely a dress. Then we have Kristen Stewart and her wife, fiance, girlfriend, whatever she is. I'm not in touch with her personal life, but as long as I know Kristen Stewart from before the Twilight days, this is her iconic look. She's always wearing something suited, something boyish, but still a bit sexy, and the shorts are that, I guess, sexy part. However, I myself am not a fan of low-rise pants of any kind, so that's why for me this outfit is a bit of a pass, but for her it works so well, and in her own eyes she should be proud of herself because she's staying true to herself and to her style for at least 10 years now, which is a big deal and not something that many of people can say when it comes to becoming famous and then relying on stylists and all that. She really is Kristen. When you say Kristen on the red carpet, this is exactly what you see in your mind, and that's why I think that this is a great thing. Then we have Jaya Prickett Smith. First of all, before getting into her outfit, I just want to say how shocked I am with what happened last night. I mean, everyone is talking about what happened last night because, you don't see such conflicts happen so often. I think that Chris Rock, crossed the line that he shouldn't have crossed. I don't think that it's okay to make fun of anyone's personal life, of anyone's love life, of anyone's health issues. Her alopecia is something that she's struggling with, that she's so brave about, and I love her haircut or the lack of a haircut because it shows that she's embracing herself. She's being an inspiration to a lot of people who have alopecia. I know a few people who have it, and I know how difficult it is for them to fake that appearance of being normal. Not that they have to look normal, but when you have something like that, people assume that you also have leukemia or some other type of cancer or anything like that, but it's not the case. You have alopecia. So I applaud her braveness. I love that Will took care of it, but I'm not fan of white knighting and violence in general, so I'm not content with the punch that happened. But also, I'm not saying that Chris Rock didn't deserve it, at least a little bit, especially considering that a few years ago he literally made fun of both Will's wife and of Rihanna. It's not something that we should pursue further as a society. I think that in some way saying no to such behavior and such jokes is a step forward for us as a society, but violence as a response to such jokes is not something that we should tolerate. And I think that we should all take a hard look on ourselves and on the other people and on the celebrities and see what is actually acceptable and not as a behavior, both in public eyes and in your own four walls. Um, Violence is never an answer. Violence as a response to violence isn't getting rid of violence. It's just furthering it and spreading it in the society. So there is that. I just wanted to, quickly mention all that. I think that Jada maintained her dignity last night, even though she was put on that horrible spot. And I'm just curious about how the media and the general public will react to all that, and is it going to spin in some specific direction as a discourse or something else. If it blows up so much, you can expect of me maybe some video about it, because as a student of sociology, I'm looking into conflicts both in that private space and in public space, portrayal of violence in media and all of that jazz. So I think that I might have some insight into all that that might be useful, but I'm not gonna, react right now about all that. I'm just gonna see in a few weeks, when the dust is settled, what actually happened from it all, and then analyze it from that more knowledgeable standpoint. Anyway, the outfit that Jada wore, I love the color. That emerald green, you can never go wrong with it on a red carpet, because it actually complements the carpet itself and it gives you more of a glamorous look. It gives you that royal vibe, if you will. As I already said, I love her braveness. I love her haircut, or the lack of. The only thing that I'm not so sure about with the outfit is the combination of the top and the bottom. Somehow it looks that when you're looking on the top, she's looking like she's going on a walk with her family, like she's going on a run or something like that, and the bottom is super glamorous. I'm not sure is it the zip or something like that, but maybe the dress could have been a bit more coherent as a whole. But I'll say that this dress is definitely the dress and not the best. Then we have her, and she is wearing this neon yellow slash green something. I'm not sure what it is, but I actually quite like it. I would never wear that color. I think that it will look horrible on me, but on her it looks great, and she looks so playful in it, and like she's having a lot of fun. So for that reason, I'll give it a dress, but in my personal opinion, it's a hard pass. Then we have Maya Rudolph. I love that woman in everything she does. Recently, I watched her in A Good Place, and it was such a great role for her. And in that vibe is this dress that I myself would never wear. It's an outfit that Desperate Housewives used in the 80s to try to lure their husbands in after a long day at work or something like that. So for that reason, it's a pass, but it's so in her style. It screams her, it screams her personality, and she's having so much fun in it. So for that reason, I'll give it a dress for her and a pass for me. Then we have Meg Gyllenhaal. I'm not sure what to say about this dress. I mean, the cut is amazing. I would definitely buy and maybe sew and definitely wear a dress like this when it comes to the cut itself. It is tailored perfectly and all that, but then you have those. I think they were going with the stamps, wax stamps for letters, but it mostly looks like gum. It looks like she was coming to the Oscars and she sat in the Uber, and Uber was full of used gums and they all stuck to her. She didn't have time to change, so here she is on the red carpet covered in gums. I would say a hard pass, but a hard yes on the style itself, not the details. Then we have Jessie Buckley. She is wearing this super simple yet elegant dress, but I would say no to it. I would say a pass, because both it looks like something that you would wear to a prom or maybe even to the communion that I already mentioned or something like that, and also the craftsmanship itself isn't on the same level as most of the other dresses that we're talking about today. It just seems too much like something that I myself would be able to sew, and that's not a compliment. I'm actually quite horrible at it and don't have much experience. So if I think that I might be able to sew this together, then maybe it's not elevated enough to be deserving of a place at the red carpet. And it's also wrinkly. I have nothing against wrinkles. I mostly walk outside having wrinkled clothes on myself because I'm too lazy to iron it. But your stylists who are employed to make you look great shouldn't be too lazy to iron the clothes that you're gonna wear on the most important evening of the year, as tabloid says. So please, next time, just stylist, take that steam iron with you and just quickly make it look more, put together and not so messy. Then we have Serena Williams. Again, she's in her style domain. This is something that screams Serena goes to red carpet. I myself would never wear something like that, both because it's such a bright pink color that I myself don't like, also because it's a combination of that bright pink and black, which makes me think of Avril Lavigne and all the emo girls in 2008. My role models, then, don't get me wrong, but not something that I myself would enjoy today. However, on her it looks amazing and I love to see her wearing something like this. However, I would lose the gloves because they're just a bit too much. Maybe if the sleeve wasn't so long it would look better, but this way it just doesn't work. Then we have Marlin Matlin. She's again wearing something that is suited for a prom, for a wedding, or something like that, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's tailored to perfection to suit her body type and her specifically. I love that subtle swap in the waist that gives it a bit more of an hourglass figure. And I don't know, I like it, even though it's so simple and not something that you would remember necessarily when it comes to, thinking about all of the iconic Oscar dresses. This is not one of them. However, it's also not something that is deserving of a pass. Then we have Venus Williams. Oh boy. The she's working hard, but the nipples are working harder to keep the dress in place. I'm not sure. Yes, that cut can be so flattering, and most times it really is, but this seems a bit too much. For me, you can literally see the start of her areolas, which, if that's your game, go for it, but I myself just wouldn't dare to do something like that, and I don't know. It is appropriate for Oscars, but I will give it a pass just because I can't. It's too much for me personally. That doesn't mean that I have anything against people who would find this dress so attractive and appealing that they might buy it and wear it somewhere. Maybe there is a bride somewhere that is seeing this dress and thinking, yes, finally I found one. So, if that's the case, go for it. But for me, I'll just pass it. Then we have Amelia Jones. So she's wearing this simple Louis Vuitton dress. That is something that we've seen in different alterations through the Oscars in the last few years. It's a combination of gold and silver, but it's done so subtly, and the cut is both simple, but Taylor just tried to make it have that wow effect. So for that reason, I'll give it a dress. But in general, I'll give it a pass because it's something both seen before, both a bit too known the nose for me. However, it's appropriate for the Oscars, so there's that. Then we have Sophie Hunter. I love her dress. It is something that screams my personal style, something that I would wear if I went to the prom or something like that. It is simple yet flattering for her body type. It's not too much, it's not too loud, but it's just saying quite enough uh, to show that she's an elegant woman, that she's having so much fun, and that she's comfortable. And she won't have any problems with nip slips or something like that. And also, the dress is appropriate for eating and drinking and all of that if you're bloated or something like that. So I think that this was quite a smart choice, and I love how she looks, and I love how her and Benedict Cucumber will look together. Then we have Judi Dench. She's a goddess. She's a supreme being. Her I'm a senator in the Star Wars lore is amazing and totally up her alley. I love it so much. Maybe in 50 or so years, I myself will find something like this to be appropriate for my own personal style, who knows. So for that reason, I'll give it a dress. Then we have Nicole Kidman. And Nicole is always doing something for her dresses. She's always wearing something similar, something already seen, but it still looks quite, I don't know, something when she actually puts it on. I myself love the color of the dress. I love the shape, at least most of it. I think that this dress is a bit too big on her. I think that they should have tailored it a little bit better to fit her in the breast region, because it looks like it is just, here. It's not on her, she's in it. And it kind of, I don't know, brings the whole outfit down. So there is that. So for that reason, I will give her a pass. Sorry, Nicole. Try harder next time. Then we have Amy Schumer. I'm gonna say a hard pass on this. Sorry, Amy, but I don't understand it. If the dress itself was the dress that it is, without all of the details, if the dress was just that blue dress, if it didn't have that bow thingy, embroidery, whatever it is, even if it had that cutout, that low opening, I would say, okay, yes, it suits her. It's okay, it's not something too glamorous, but still it's appropriate. It's also appropriate for proms and weddings, don't get me wrong, but it would be something. But because of that whole bow thing, it just looks tacky, it looks not so great, and it's doing something wrong with her figure. I don't know what it is, but it's somehow, I just wouldn't. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I just give it a hard pass. Then we have David Oyelowo. I love the shoes. I would say that those shoes are something that maybe could have an impact on our thoughts about preserving ecosystems, with preserving bees and all that. And I love the symbolism of the queen bee and all that jazz. However, the suit itself is horrendous, horrible, horrific. Both the yellow, as I said before, the yellow is my pet peeve color, and then that lace detailing on it in the color black, it just doesn't look right. He looks like one of those, if you remember the stress balls from the 90s, it was a little ball that had a net on it. And the ball itself was, I don't know, green. If you squeeze it in your hand, little yellow bubbles would come out of the net. That is literally what came up to my mind when I saw this suit for the first time. I think it's a hard pass. However, as I said, I love the shoes. They're quite fun. I love using such symbolism to draw attention away from the style and bring it to the social and environmental problems that we all face each day more and more in our society. Then we have Carolina Guyton. I will say that I love this dress, even though I would never wear it, but it looks so glamorous and rich and tailored to perfection, even though it's kind of all over the place, but it works, so I'll give it a dress. Jessica Sarfati is wearing something that is super prom appropriate. It works, but I'll say that it's a pass for this type of event. Then we have Paloma Garcia Lee. I love her dress. Emerald green, what can I say? It has that special place in my heart, and I will always say, just mostly say, that it's a great outfit if it's in emerald green. Great with her skin tone, eye color, and hair color. It is quite simple and all that, even though it still looks a bit prom-like, but I would give it a dress. Then we have Sebastian Yatra. I love his suit in that blush pink color, it's so effective. I hate the shoes because it's a combination of pink and black, and we already established that such a combination of colors belongs to, 2008, maybe 2009, but not further. So there's that, but the suit itself, I myself would wear, so it's a hard yes. Then we have Demi Singleton. I love her dress. It is kind of prom-like, but it's more elevated than that. And I love the fact that it's not long, it just hits above around the ankles, which, yes, makes you a bit shorter, but also it's something unexpected, and it gives her a bit of a doll-like look, and I'm all about that. So I will say that her dress is a yes. It just looks very coherent and stylish. Then we have Emily Zelber. She is wearing this super easy and simple dress, but it's quite effective, and it's, balancing between being sexy and being, I don't know, very naive or childlike even. And I love that combination. It gives that very interesting effect, and I think this is one of the dresses that might even be remembered afterwards. So there is that. Then we have Lupita. She is wearing something that honestly looks like something that you might find in the box with Christmas decorations at my parents' place. It's okay if you like wearing combination of gold and pink, but I myself find it a bit too loud, a bit too much, a bit unflattering because she's getting drowned in all of this. The fact that it has those rose pink parts, it looks kind of dirty. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like, you know, mold developed, a sculpture that got, some rust on it or something, that it just doesn't seem intentional. And it, as I said, it's a bit too much and reminds me of my parents' Christmas tree, and just not appropriate for Oscars red carpet. Sorry, it's a hard pass. Cody Smith McPhee. It's amazing. Both color of the suit and fit of the suit is so, 2020-ish style, and it's so effective. It's so different than all of the other suits that we've seen on most of the red carpets in the past. And I think that this is how you do, that unique style, and not that other bluish suit that we already talked about. I think that this really is something. I myself would wear that jacket today. Please give it to me. However, the shoes, I think that would be appropriate for some high street fashion, but not maybe for red carpet. But, for each their own. The suit itself was so effective that I didn't even notice the shoes until I was started filming this video, so there's that. Then we have Regina Hall, who is looking like a Greek goddess, but I'm not sure that the color is appropriate for red carpet. It's a bit bland. However, I think that the cut itself and her figure in it makes up for it, so it's a dress. Then we have Becky G. I love her outfit. It's a bit armory. It reminds me of the Mother of Dragons or something like that. I probably wouldn't wear something like that. I'm not sure, just because I'm not someone who loves sleeveless things, because I don't know, everything just falls apart, or I believe that everything is gonna fall apart, so I'm too anxious about wearing it to actually enjoy it. So there is that. But I love the hip parts, because as someone who has hip dips and who is self-conscious about it, because it's not something that's appropriate, something that you see so much in the media and all that, this type of design gives you an illusion that you actually have full hips, that you're obeying the beauty standards. So if it's something that you want to do to obey the beauty standards, if you're just too anxious about your hip dips to feel comfortable in fitted clothes, maybe something that has such extra parts on the hips that give the illusion of a full hip might be a great choice for you. You tell me in the comments down below what you think. Then we have Jessica Chastain. She is wearing this dress that screams mermaid. The color, the fit, the fact that the end looks literally like some bubbly water, it's amazing. I think it's super appropriate for Oscars. I myself would never wear something like this, but for her it works wonderfully, and the waist is fitted to perfection. When it comes to all of the examples before where I talked about how the fit wasn't great in the waist, this is how the waist should look like. If you want to wear something fitted, then it has to be tailored to perfection, and this one really is made to suit her own personal body type. Then we have Diane Guerrero. She is wearing something very 101 Dalmatian. I'm all about that, because Dalmatians are literally one of the symbols of my country. They come from the coast of my country and all that, so I'm all about that dog power. However, I'm not sure that it more looks like, COVID virus, or like someone really stamped her with something and not something intentional. Maybe if they went with even bigger bubbles or much smaller, but this medium size is just a bit confusing and doesn't look quite well. So for that reason, I will say that this dress is a pass, even though she looks quite cute in it and I love her handbag. One of the best outfits in this whole Oscars was Wesley Snipes. He is wearing something never seen before, at least not by my eyes, on the red carpet, and it's this very interesting combination of shorts and top with some, I don't know what it is. It screams, heritage, it screams unique, it screams luxury, and I'm all about that. So, you know, great job, Wesley's stylist. You really did something different, and you actually managed to do that wow factor. The first time I saw this outfit, I was like, damn. So there is that. However, I don't like the shoes. The shoes look too regular. It looks like something, that a regular person might have in their wardrobe to go to a special event like a wedding or a funeral or something like that. It doesn't look something appropriate for a red carpet, and it would maybe look better if he had the same tone, the same burgundy color shoes as well to give it more of a rich vibe, because this kind of, it took away a bit of the charm, but still the design of the suit itself is amazing, the color is amazing, and he looks so damn great in that suit. So yes, this suit is a dress. No, this suit isn't a dress, it's yes. And then we have Reba, she's wearing her green dress. Again, as I said, you can go wrong with emerald green on red carpet, and Reba mostly wears green dresses to red carpet because of her red hair and all that. However, I'm not a huge fan of that detail in the waist. I think that it brings attention to one of the most unflattering parts of your body, and that is the lower tummy. So maybe if that part was a bit higher or a bit more to the side, it would give it more of a luxurious and better fitted feeling, and it would even give her more of an hourglass figure as well. So it's a yes, but maybe they should have done a better job with actually tailoring that to her own body type. Then we have Wanda Sykes. She literally looks like a goddess. Like, if I died today and came into the heaven, she would be there in that suit greeting me. So, great job. She looks amazing. She looks powerful. I love seeing suits on women on the red carpet, so it's definitely a positive grade from me. And I love how simple that jacket actually is with that one button. It's speaking a lot of things with so little words, and I'm all about that. So I'll say that this is one of the great outfits and super appropriate for red carpet, and also something that you might wear in your office or going on a date or something like that. It's super powerful and interesting. I think that anyone wearing something like that might feel powerful. And we have Naomi Scott. I love the dress. It's something so different. I haven't seen anything like this for a few years now at the Oscars. I love the color. The purple isn't so represented on the red carpets lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's so out of style or something like that. Maybe it's so used, already seen or something like that. But I think that this one is really something else. I love the poncho part, the cape part, if you will. It has this embroidery in it, it has a lot of details, but the rest of the dress is so simple, so everything works coherently, and I love it so much. I myself would probably wear actually something like this, even though I never thought that I would until I saw this. So that's how powerful this dress is, so we'll give it a thumbs up. Then you have Renata Reinser. I don't know if I pronounced that name correctly, probably not. And I don't like her dress. Her dress literally looks like a forgotten net in the sea. Like, so many things got pulled in it, some seaweed started growing on it, there's a lot of dust in it, some squid released their blackness or something. That this is literally the vibe that I'm getting from this dress, and I so not like it. So I'll give it a hard pass. Then we have Tracy Ellis Ross. She is, again, as we've seen before, using that nipple magnetic power to hold her dress. I, again, wouldn't dare to wear something like this. I'm not sure if it works on her. It looks a bit like it's literally taped to her, and it doesn't look so tailored and well fitted. So for that reason, I'll give it a pass, even though she does look quite cute in it, and I love her necklace. And we have Paavo Choining. I love his outfit. Again, something that we've never seen before on the red carpet, at least not to my knowledge. That is an outfit that I myself would wear today if you gave it to me. It is super simple. It has that vibe of long history, of heritage, of great craftsmanship that I super appreciate. And I'm actually not even mad that he has some leather boots down. It's not something that you see often. It's not something that most people would do, but I really like it and I love the combination as well. It gives me such great vibes, so playful, and I would definitely wear the whole combination from head to toe. Then we have Lily James. I have no idea who that woman is, except that she literally has the name of Harry Potter's parents for some reason. But I love the dress. It is super simple. It gives me a wedding dress vibes, even though it's in rose pink. But the craftsmanship of it, the lace detailing, the the fit of it all, and the lightness of the fabric, it just shows you how thoughtful the designers were to make the dress as effective as they can, but still make it so toned down that the woman wearing the dress is in the center of attention and not the dress itself. Sinya Cindy is wearing this super playful dress that I myself would probably wear if I had a prom, that you already mentioned. It is very Barbie like. It's a mix of that baby blue and baby pink colors, a bit of flowers with not so sexy cut and all that. It looks great and she's stunning in the dress, and I know that this look is not for everyone, especially not today when the general style of the public is more toned down, a bit more minimalistic. However, I think that she really shine bright in the dress on this red carpet, so kudos to her stylist for picking this out for her. Then we have Ricky Thompson. He is something else. Again, not something that we see often on the red carpet, and I'm loving that shift when it comes to men's fashion on red carpets, especially for Oscars, Met Galas, and all that. Usually, men just have that one option, that one suit, and you can just pick the color, and that's it. Everyone is wearing the same fit, the fit that is the most popular in the theater, and that's that. In the recent years, we've seen the surge of men who are becoming free in their fashion expression, who are relying on either their heritage or their personal eccentric traits or something like that, to wear something that was never worn on the red carpet when it comes to men's fashion. And this Ricky's outfit is definitely not the exception of that. It's one of the most bold examples of it, if any. But I myself would not pick it. I would not wear it, but on him it looks, great. He's super stylish. The pants I would wear today, they are so fitting and they give your legs a bit of a length, they give a bit of a curve. They're really, you know, well tailored. But that top, I have no idea what they were going with it. But for him it works. For me, I would never. Then we have Tati Gabrielle. She's literally looking like a sculpture and I loved it. It gives me a bit of a vintage vibe because of all that golden details. It's super simple yet so effective, and she's the one who is styling, not the dress. So I'll give it a yes, even though I myself might not wear it ever. But for her it works. And lastly, we have Maddie Ziegler. I'm okay with the dress. It's not something extra, not something never seen before. It reminds me of that Angelina Jolie slit dress, but this one is a bit more, puffy and all that. But I don't like the fact that it has a lot of things on the tummy. Uh, Even though things on the tummy might hide your tummy and make it a bit less bloated or anything like that, or less pregnant if you want to hide the pregnancy or something like that. I'm not saying that she is pregnant, I have no idea who that woman is, but that's something that might be done. But when you put something there, you're bringing attention to it. So it has to be done carefully and, you know, with craftsmanship and all that. And I'm not sure if that was the case here. I love the detailing on the bust. It has that, I don't know, gift vibe or something like that, which makes it work. But mostly for me, I would say that this dress is a pass. If I had to compare it with Billy's dress that we talked in the beginning of this video, I would say that Billy's is with much more character and much more fun than this one. So there is that. Anyway, this is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too long for you. I hope you had fun. I hope you weren't offended with any of my opinions. After all, it's just my opinion. You can have your own for free if you want to, and you can also share it with me in the comments down below if you want to. I love watching what other people wore on such events. I love daydreaming about what I would wear if such opportunity presented to me. Um, I'm sure that it won't happen ever, but you know, a girl can dream. These dresses give you a sense into what kind of fashion we can expect in real life in the next year. Because, okay, yes, not a lot of people can afford such dresses, but the designers of fast fashion, prom dresses, wedding dresses, bridesmaid dresses, and all of that, take inspiration from the most famous and and the most well received dresses from the OSCARs. So there is that. We have to mention the suits that are more and more present on the red carpet, and I'm all about the trend. I think that suits, if done right, if the suit is well tailored, if the color is right, if the material is high quality, it can be much more effective than a simple dress that was made for a generic red carpet. Yeah, that would be all. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe button, maybe even comment down below. And I hope I will see you some other time. Bye!